to That Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome to That Wrestling Podcast. The good bad guys of Wrestling Podcast are back taking all things of Elimination Chamber. Not just the week that was in professional wrestling, Elimination Chamber. Guys, Roman Reigns, still your undisputed Universal Champion.
Would it have made sense for Kevin Owens to come out and do that when the refs were knocked out?
Yeah, no
Yes.
shit.
Yes.
My wife, who watches 50% of the wrestling that I do, even said, "Where's Kevin Owens?"
Yeah. Wait till the match is over and your friend loses, then you come out. I think that's one of those you shouldn't think too hard about because now we're talking about it, right?
All right, Brian, how bummed are you? Because you've been on the Sammy WrestleMania main event train since August. So
Maybe.
I
was the captain of the train. Yeah.
Like realistically, this ending reminded me of Clash at the Castle. How do you get the 100% pro challenger crowd to go home happy? And they did it. That's why Kevin Owens came out last, because they had to get the crowd to cheer at the end.
Good point.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, it isn't the surprising result. We all thought of all the ideas of Usos and Rock and KO and the crowd and all these elements, all these things. The most logical thing was Roman wins and we move on to Roman and Cody at Mania. So I wasn't disappointed. I enjoyed pretty much every aspect of the match. Outlier of what you just said, Jay, of why didn't Kevin Owens come out earlier? It's like, fucking logic. I hate that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm a little bummed, but it's not surprising. So what did you guys think? Did you enjoy the main event? And obviously we'll get into just the entire event overall.
You know, I was curious how they were going to get there, because realistically, as much as I wanted the big shock of Sami Zayn winning the title, we all knew it wasn't going to happen. And I was curious how they were going to get there, and they got there. And I'm good with it. Other than Kevin Owens not showing up when he needed to be.
And since we're talking main event right now, it played a story, right? It was slow at first, and Jay, I know you were like, get to the match. I loved the crowd. That crowd truly rivaled CM Punk Money in the Bank, where the crowd was so hot for CM Punk, so negative for Cena. It was amazing. It was electric. Everybody was going insane. I loved it how Roman played a part, antagonizing Sammy's wife. And then
that was fun.
Partway through, Sammy kissing his wife, that fraction of a second, and then Roman took advantage of it. It started slow, right? Just standing there, but it got so heavy. And of course there's near falls, and of course there's no way, maybe 1% chance Sammy was going to win in my mind, 1%. But we knew it wasn't going to happen. But I was still standing up on my feet, my son standing up next to me, like we were going nuts the whole exact time. And then he's like, I got to go sit on the chair. And I'm like, okay, go fall asleep. Go fall asleep. If you want, go fall asleep. And he didn't. But I was like, the crowd, fuck you, Roman. I'm like, don't you say it. And I'm like, fuck you, Roman. and of course I'm getting yelled, Dad, you're saying the cuss words. But it was an amazing match, truly an absolutely amazing match. Damn, I feel like I wanted that Sammy win. The crowd, I'll tell you this, SmackDown next week, there's no way that the triple threat is out of the question, though. There's no way.
Yeah, it is.
It's still got, I don't think
it's
so.
Totally
I think
out of the question.
It's
gonna be Sammy and KO versus the Usos.
I think that is the 99% chance, but the fans are going to demand Sammy still get his shot at WrestleMania.
He had his shot.
A true shot. Yes. And so much interference, though.
Right. And illegal chairs and all that. So there's a glimmer there, I see. And we have a little bit of unknown still with Jey Uso.
Mhm.
Right. That was kind of how it was. How do we get to this finish? And that's what ended up happening, where he has, it's the replay of the Rumble. He has the chair. Roman gives him the chair. It's like, holy shit, we're doing this again. And
the real
Sammy
question
spears him.
is-
So Jay didn't screw him or anything. But yeah.
So the real question is, how did they get into Canada?
Yes, that's a
That's
great
a good
question. And
question.
Dominic too.
Dominic
How did
as well.
Well, besides Dominic, because like he's cell block Dom, but how did Jimmy get into Canada with all of his multiple offenses too? Jay, does he have any?
I can't
I
keep
don't
track.
know that.
I can't
Like
keep track.
I always expected Jay to be there, but how did they get Jimmy into Canada? Because he's gonna go overseas.
Smuggling.
No, actually, maybe they
both have
swapped
Jay's
IDs.
ID.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Nice.
Yeah, they used the same ID, or they had multiples made. Yes,
It could work.
They went at different times of the day. They crossed the border. They weren't together. It's it makes total sense.
One traveled the tunnel, the other one traveled the bridge.
That's right.
whatever.
Sorry, Mounties. Gotcha.
We're the Mountie. We're the Mountie.
So we know.
Jay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Joe's-
anything. This
Joe's
is
singing.
stream of
Joe's singing
consciousness.
just tossed
rather.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad it went the way it did.
Yeah.
I'm glad the way
Same
it went the way. Yeah. Can't go wrong. I was actually, I guess we can all move on. I was not impressed with the women's chamber match. I thought Carmella had a strong showing. That was my pick. We all knew it was the same thing. We all knew Asuka was going to win.
Yeah.
But we all had a potential, what'd you say, Kev? 1%? 1%ers? And Bobby and Brock,
I was wrong about that because I said the match wouldn't even happen, so I was wrong.
And then
we had a match. It was quick. Admittedly, I was in and out of putting my daughters to bed.
It was quick, but it was nothing.
It was a lot of spears, a lot of F5s. What I gathered, there was after the match things of F5s through the table, F5ing the ref through the broken table.
Well, this
So
is
there
how
was
we
a lot
get
happening, but
this is how we get
wasn't
rid
sure.
of Brock. That's how we get rid of Brock for 4 weeks. Is he'll be suspended for putting his hands on the WWE official.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he's going to be off TV and not be at WrestleMania in
Well,
Hollywood.
let me pose this then.
Because remember, Bray Wyatt said,
Bingo.
"Whoever wins, I'll see you at WrestleMania."
Which was a weird call out, right?
It
I-
was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was
With
a head
Uncle Howdy
scratcher.
next
I
not
was
the
like,
winner not the winner of the US title, Brock and Bobby. Like, huh? I said Friday on the show, give me Brock and Bobby and Omos and Strowman and all the monsters.
Don't forget
Yeah.
Dabba-Kato. Yes.
Well, you will
all the
see.
big guys. Yeah.
But
So basically, would we be excited for Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley? No.
Unless it's a Mountain Dew pitch black match, please.
Well, yeah. Besides that, I mean, that's what every WrestleMania should be all.
But-
Hold on, pause. Wrestling talk on pause. I ordered food before the event, and when it got here, I had ordered 2 Diet Coke or Diet Pepsis. Of course, they got it wrong. Fucking sent me Mountain Dew. I
sorry.
don't
Regular?
even know the last time I've had Mountain Dew. and I
Yeah.
haven't drank it.
Diet or regular.
was
it was
pitch
regular.
black?
Oh
No,
god.
it was regular. And I'm like, that's like the secret of the ooze from the Turtles movies. But yeah.
Go Ninja, rap.
So only if we're getting Bray and Bobby in a Mountain Dew pitch black match am I excited for that. Other
Oh
than
my
that,
god.
I'm not excited for that.
The thing is, Bray's probably going to be on Monday night to confront Bobby, and then he's going to invite him to the Firefly Funhouse because we saw that's coming back next Friday.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, they did.
And then we'll see Bobby's kind of acting chops, I guess, because there's a lot of
Good luck with
theatrics
that,
with
but
Bray.
yeah.
So maybe we'll be surprised with him. But the one thing I got from the women's match, I feel like Raquel has the same like, I don't want to say uniform or outfit, but she's getting to like the Natty territory.
I actually thought
on,
Natty's gear looked good tonight. I thought her gear
I-
looked pretty good, which is weird.
I feel like
normally don't think
the portions where you can kind of see skin and I don't know. I feel like Raquel looks pretty strong. The one point where she had someone on her back and she caught Liv.
Natty and Liv.
I thought Raquel looked great. Carmella played the weasel, kind of like locking herself back in.
Yeah, that's fun.
So a big move. Oh, I'm going to pin someone now. She played it. You just don't have as strong as women in that chamber match as the men. We're going to get to the men next, but I thought it was okay. And that's, I thought, C, like an average chamber match. It was nothing to think, but that men's, let's talk about Edge because I think we're going to talk about that men's chamber match quite a bit.
Edge, and it was a fun match.
That was a fun match. Yeah, there was nothing greater stakes. Credit to you, Kevin, who said this is an easy one. It's gonna be Edge and Beth, and I think me and Joe were like, "Oh,
we were
are you kidding me? It's as easy. It's Rhea and Finn because our reasons."
But Jason said Finn takes the pin, so it wouldn't.
And then
damage,
that's what happened.
So it wouldn't
Protects
damage
Rhea.
So I think now we get Edge and Priest at Mania to finish off.
I think that's a great call.
What?
I
Not
hope it's
Edge and Balor?
No, we already had
beat
that.
him. Yeah,
we had
that's
that.
true. That's true.
And we did have that in the I Quit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Edge
I like
and
that.
Priest, where it started a year ago.
Edge brought Priest in at Mania last year.
Yeah,
the ladies double power bombing the men.
That was fun.
Was very
fun.
Cool.
That was fun.
Was very cool.
I think Rhea and Beth looked like they were just having a blast. I love the clotheslines where it wasn't doing anything. It looked like that all four people in the match were having fun, and the crowd hates Dominic, which makes it even better.
Oh, so many fuck yous.
Yeah,
I thought Canadians were supposed to be nice,
right?
Yeah,
when Dom,
you know what?
Dom
and they
ran away.
Such manners.
And they were in Montreal, so it should have been in English and in French. Just to let that disappointed me.
Whatever.
Hold on, I'll look to see how you say "fuck you" in French.
I think so Sammy cut his promo on Friday Night SmackDown, and he had a little bit of French mixed in there, and the translation was something of like, "You're in my fucking house now," or something like that.
So
it's like, that can get through the censors.
Brian texted me because we've documented I don't get East Coast feeds of TV. So Brian texted me after SmackDown, no spoilers. He goes, I don't think I'm gonna sleep tonight. So naturally,
I was excited.
Naturally, before SmackDown, I took 2 edibles and got really high watching SmackDown. And I was waiting for Sammy the whole time. And I was into it. And I don't know if it was the edibles or I just was won over by the emotion and the story, but yeah, SmackDown was good. I couldn't tell you anything else that happened on SmackDown. I really don't remember, but
Gunther beat Madcap Moss.
Your boy
Madcap. And he got new gear, which he told me at the hotel a couple months ago. Yeah. So
you can be the advisor for Madcap. I mean, Emma's there too, but I think
I am the wise.
There's an angle there.
I'm the high man. I'm the high man. For Madcap Moss.
Shout out to your Demolition shirt, by the way. My Hall of Fame pick.
That is awesome.
Wrestling tees.
Yeah, I didn't know because on Sammy's promo, we had muting, we had the whole TV feed cut out for a while, and I was in my basement watching on my laptop.
Because they were on network television and they were being filthy.
I realized that after the fact, but in the moment, I'm like, fucking technical difficulties. And then I realized what had happened was the crowd was chanting "F you, Roman." So yeah, that's how that's not gonna fly on Fox. I guess we can touch on the men's chamber match now. Yeah. I think that was really great because everybody got a chance to shine.
Everyone looked good.
Everyone.
I think Gargano looked like, I think this is a second wind for Gargano because it felt like he was staggering a little bit, but now he's completely. Yeah.
So I watched the bump earlier today. Gargano was on, and they made a point to say, you've had history with all these guys, but you've never been in the ring with Seth Rollins. They kind of telegraphed who was going to start.
Yeah,
and
that was good.
It was good. And, Gargano was my pick. I think there's got to be something for him. I don't know what it's going to be at Mania, but there's got to be something for him because he looked great.
Him and Bronson, he looked the best out of everyone in the match.
I thought Seth looked the best out of everybody.
Well, here's my only gripe with the men's elimination chamber. Logan Paul, why would you cost Seth the match when you could face him for a championship at WrestleMania?
It's
why
not about
cost him?
It's not about championships for Logan. It's about for love of the game and to prove Seth Rollins wrong that he is there for the sport. He's not there just to get famous. Yeah, so that's why
Seth was talking shit. So
it just like I don't know.
Fuck you, Seth. You can't have the championship.
Bingo.
Fuck you. I'm gonna
I love the fact that Logan came out and set up Mania, because that's going to be a great match, no matter what night it's on.
Buckshot lariat.
Yeah,
better than Hangman.
He does so much better than Hangman.
Hangman's like, damn.
I'm actually a little sad that Logan has to play the heel. Because he's so good.
He played the heel last Mania.
He did. I know.
He wanted
because he's so good. I want to cheer him, and there's just so many people that are just he's the outsider. I'm going to boo him.
Yeah, but the thing is, Seth, people can boo Seth too.
When he signed, he wanted to be a good guy, and they tried, and it didn't work. So now, just be who you are. Do what you do best.
Yeah.
Get the crowd reaction, because the guy is unbelievable.
I feel like
it
worked. It worked when he's facing off against someone like The Miz.
I think it worked against Roman.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
Roman, correct.
And Roman, but I don't know. I feel like this match, he's the heel, but is he really? Because Seth never really changed to a face either. It's like they're both tweeners. Depends on what town they're in.
The song.
It's gonna be exciting no matter what.
It's the Seth song. It's the.
Oh,
that's it. That's it.
Like,
so all Seth has to do, and it's like, the crowd's behind him. So listen, it's gonna be amazing either way. I
love that Montez did it. I love that Montez did it during the chamber.
Correct.
Do we think he got the breakout performance of the chamber?
Yeah. Well,
Gargano did.
I think every single guy was amazing. I can't even say who was the worst, because there was nobody who did bad to say they were the worst. I thought everyone looked phenomenal. Montez's jacket with Ford on the back, that is a single superstar walk out to the ring jacket.
Yes,
that was weird.
The tights, non-shorts with the tights underneath. Superstar single wrestler walking to the ring,
and not
outfit.
The Canadians colors, so he wasn't playing to the hometown crowd.
Yeah, he
that was singles. I agree with you, Kevin. That was total 100% singles look.
Looked amazing. I thought when Gargano and Seth were on the top of the one chamber,
that was fun.
Chilling
when they were sitting
Seth
there.
Gives that big slap. Looks like he was going to powerbomb him, slap. And you can see Seth. It almost looked like he was like inching to the edge. Like you could kind of just see him like position, and then boom. The match was amazing. It was awesome.
It was.
Let's give props to Damian Priest for being able to catch Gargano to make sure that he didn't hurt himself during that flip on top of the chamber pod too, because if Priest wasn't there, that would have been terrible. So I'm glad they waited for Priest to get up.
Ever since Priest wrestled for an hour in that tag team elimination match a couple weeks ago, the guy has been on fire. And that's why I think that when we get Edge and Priest at Mania, I think Priest wins.
I love it.
Oh, so do I. I think Edge is on his way out, maybe to a Hall of Fame. No, he already made it, so never mind.
Double inductee. Yeah, no, I love that idea. But no, you're saying everybody has been saying, what a great moment with Gargano. What a great moment with Priest. This was just a real quick one, but it still caught my eye. Was when Austin Theory had Bronson Reed on his back.
Yes.
It was only for like a second, and then he had to put him down. But even in that second, I went, Jesus Christ, because Bronson's a big motherfucker. And
but Austin was
amazing.
hulking up because those knees were bent, and you saw him slowly getting up and what would you say, leg pressing him, like
a squat.
Probably.
A squat. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody.
I think the weakest person in the chamber was Bronson Reed, but he still had a good showing. But everyone else was just so much better.
And and the thing was they did like the perfect elimination of like three guys teaming up on him. So he's protected in that way, right? So
because it took three guys to finish him off. Mm-hmm. The real MVP of the whole night, Michael Cole.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So
preach the gospel to me, brother Jason.
The book of Cole. I can't
figure out
the book of Cole.
The book of Cole.
Ariel Helwani does not work for AEW. The only wrestling related employer that he has is BT Sport in the UK.
Yes.
Right.
And when he showed up on SmackDown Friday night, Tony Khan fired off a tweet calling him a fraud and saying that Tony Schiavone is a more reliable journalist than Ariel Helwani, who's a 10-time MMA Journalist of the Year and counting.
He must have been taking more edibles than you.
all of them. Yes.
He took all of them. That's the case. And Ariel referred to him as the Snowman, which is great comeback.
He replied to that later on, and he mentioned,
I referred to him as Tony Coca-Cola, but Cole, when they did the live shot with Ariel and GSP, the greatest MMA journalist who asks all the hard-hitting questions and gets all the answers,
I died. I absolutely died. Side note, Kevin, you were right. GSP looks amazing.
Is Tony Khan to be firing off that shit?
So weird, man. That dude, he is crazy, but Brian, GSP looks like he's younger than all of us.
He could beat Eddie Champion in UFC
right now,
if he wanted
to. I've never seen him with hair.
Yeah, with hair he looks even better. Completely.
But yeah, Tony Khan, he's delusional. I truly feel he had the Twitter fingers because he was jealous that maybe Ariel was there, and Ariel is a legit guy in combat sports. He's a legit guy with whatever he puts on Twitter. If it's a UFC, Bellator, MMA, pro wrestling, Tony got jealous. That's all it was. And it's sad. Insecurity.
And what's even funnier are the idiots on Twitter. Because it also came out during the pay-per-view Wednesday on Dynamite. Tony has a huge announcement. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that he's retracting his tweet about Ariel?
Here we go.
Helwani wins 10-7.
He'll be back on the MMA Hour, maybe? Yeah.
No,
it's going to be CM Punk's back because Omega is going to be leaving.
Allegedly.
Here we go.
No, nobody wants that.
Start.
The people on Twitter were saying, "Oh, he got $9 billion." Vince came out and said $9 billion is the number he wants for WWE. Oh, Tony's gonna buy WWE. That's what it's all about. No, idiot. It's probably the next Owen Hart tournament. Possibly more about Ring of Honor because they're starting to film ROH TV for Honor Club. Not fucking buying WWE, you idiots.
It's amazing to me the tweet that he had to send out was based on Ariel, being the reporter on SmackDown, basically here's the subject matter was Montreal's excited. Back to you, Michael Cole.
Yeah. In 1993, there was this. In 1997, there was this. In 2013, there was this. It's all it was.
This was just like a silly little thing of, this is Ariel's hometown. He's in the crowd in the home arena and basically he's saying, Montreal's excited. Back to you. And Tony Khan had all these.
Was there any digs, subtle or not, in the two live hits Ariel did on SmackDown? They could have led to Tony. No. I'm trying to see both sides here, but I'm not.
I don't think so. No,
I think it was literally just
let's go to Ariel Helwani.
Yeah. Montreal sports timeline for the last 30 years.
Section 102. Yeah, that was all it was.
And Ariel kept it very professional in the pre-show too.
Yeah,
I thought
he was
I'll
so
have to go back
excited.
and watch
He was
that.
great.
He was so excited in the
so
pre-show.
excited sitting right next to Wade. It was a great panel.
Yeah. Wow.
So
So
it's just jealousy, insecurity.
yeah, I don't know.
Tony-
Yeah, maybe
Tony-
Tony's just trying
insecurity
to.
con.
Yeah,
And-
exactly. There's that. He's trying to piggyback off of the buzz that Elimination Chamber had.
Well,
it's
the
a
other-
lot going on.
The other wrestling thing that we forgot to talk about Friday is as we record this, New Japan's San Jose show is happening right now. Mercedes
Right now.
Moné debut. And apparently their streaming wasn't streaming.
Oh no, people were not getting the feed.
Yeah, so I don't know
Wow.
what the hell's happening there. Of course, for a minute I thought we were going to get Jay White, but then I realized he's wrestling Eddie Kingston in a loser leaves New Japan match tonight in San Jose. So maybe Monday we get Jay White on WWE, which would be amazing. This Kenny Omega potential news. I mean, I would like to sign Kenny Omega too for TWP if we can make, if we can get that news story out there.
Nah, we're full.
Hold up.
You know, Jason would get rid of me first, and
Well,
I
I'm
know,
sure
I
Kenny,
know, I know.
I'm sure
The cleaner
Kenny
here.
taught English. He probably
That's what
taught
I was saying, is Tony
English in Japan. So maybe
he's a
Omega
teacher
could slide in. Yeah, maybe.
Oh
Help
man,
that
why
teacher.
why y'all got to be getting the teachers in here?
Sorry.
Come on now.
Sorry.
Is Tony talking shit on New Japan?
You know it's a
streaming?
hard profession.
Yes, Tony talking. Yeah, I would hope he would not. Boy, yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, so we'll wake up tomorrow. We'll see what happened in San Jose, and go from there. So I mean, we're on the road to WrestleMania, guys. Yeah.
So overall, what do we
thoughts?
think?
Yeah.
What did we think of Elimination Chamber? Because I thought it was a very average
Oh,
premium
really?
live event.
I'll give it a B
gonna-
plus.
I was gonna
I
say-
give it. Yeah.
And I'll say why. I'll give it a B plus.
I give it a
because was only
C.
5. I say because it was 5 matches. Main event, I'll give an A just for the crowd, the emotion, and everything. The men's match, I'll give an A. And Brock, maybe I don't know, C minus. Women's match, Brock actually probably a D minus. Women's match, C. Edge, B minus. I'd say overall B plus. I thought it was an incredibly above average, very, very good pre-WrestleMania premium live event on Peacock.
B minus.
And Joe gave it a C. I'm
I'd
following
give it a
Kevin's
7
lead.
out of 10. I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
So that's a C.
That's a
plus,
C.
I
It's a
guess.
C.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay,
would give it
wow.
a 7 out of 10 because it did nothing changed. Really. We already knew it was just there. It was one of those events where it's like it just happened. It was entertaining, but nothing special.
Well, I mean, not to brag, but I did have Oscar winning the chamber. I did have
So did
Austin
I.
Theory
So
winning
did
the
I.
chamber.
So did I.
So, but in that respect, Joe.
Well,
like
and you
said,
also did not
not
have
like there was
Edge in that.
I did. I had that
I-
one wrong. Yes, but
Well, I also had
Yeah.
Brock and Lashley not having a match.
So,
I was way
Brian,
off
we
on
all
that
said
one.
B minus, B plus,
And a C.
7 out of 10. C. What would you give it?
yeah, no, I'm going with you, Kev. I'd go B plus, and maybe it's a little skewed because of Sammy and Roman.
And
but-
the amount of
but-
beers you've drank.
and the amount of beers.
That too.
6.
Well,
maybe.
I'm playing
but
the
no, it was good. I enjoyed it.
What-
there
what
was
if we
parts I
played
missed
the-
because of putting girls to bed and stuff.
what if we played the mute card on this one? If you put the main event on mute, did it still have the same impact without the crowd?
I'm not going back and watching that with no sound.
Well, because that's what they say about the Rock Hogan match. It's like if you put it on mute, it still has the same emotion. Does Sammy
Never done-
and
never done
Roman
that.
still have the same emotion?
Yeah.
We'll have to find that out years later. But
Maybe
I don't know.
if we turn the volume off and play Dark Side of the Moon, it'll match up
Yes.
with
The
or
only
without
Scarecrow
edibles.
comes out to the idiot in the grass. It's going to be amazing.
The only good thing is from this, Monday night's going to be really good because now we know Cody versus Roman, right? The uncertainty.
You'd have to
There's still
think
that
so,
1%,
yes.
1% of that triple threat, maybe. But most likely not. Monday is going to be fun. And Jay, if we get a surprise, right, with Jay White or something, sweet, that would be even better. That'd be like a night after WrestleMania surprise of night after 2 nights after Elimination Chamber. The only bad thing is 6 weeks till WrestleMania. That's the only.
No,
bad
it's a
thing.
good thing. I love the build up.
I think
I
that's
love the
okay
build up.
because we have 2 nights to fill.
Are you going, Brian?
To what?
What's the percentage?
WrestleMania.
Kevin, breaking news.
It's 0.0. I'm gonna shoot from the hip right now. Somebody in my family, not named me, effed up on their taxes, and yeah, I ain't going to WrestleMania after what we found out from our tax. That's a shoot, fellas. Oh yeah.
Do you need me to cut that out of the podcast?
No, we're shooting. She doesn't.
Okay,
listen. It's all good.
She doesn't listen. It doesn't matter.
What podcast?
Well,
Yeah,
what's funny is today my wife said something. We were talking about WrestleMania, and she's like, and if Brian decides to come, I'm like, Brian has not been coming to WrestleMania since the fucking first time I asked him.
I've kept the glimmer.
I'm like, no,
and the glimmer.
I knew. I was like,
it wasn't even 70-30.
It wasn't even 99.
Finish it though.
Yeah,
Finish
it was like 10-90.
What did she say?
What did who say?
My wife?
She just if Brian decided to come.
What was that?
Because we were trying to figure out plans and stuff. And WrestleMania weekend is just hectic. And she goes, well, then if Brian comes, I'm not even going to get to go to anything. And I'm like, Brian ain't fucking coming. He hasn't been coming to Mania since the first time I asked him.
It was 10-90 for the longest time, and on Thursday it became 0 to 100,000 billion. Unfortunately, okay, but that's neither here nor there.
Does this belong with breaking news? Kevin, make the sounder.
Nah, we'll just let that one slide.
That's good, guys.
It is official. Brian is not pointing
official.
to the sign. He is not going to WrestleMania.
I see the sign and I just put my head down.
But
so
Brian, what are the chances?
Brian
of you?
is going that way. Well, we're going this way.
Per earlier tonight, Jericho Cruise is like 85% booked. So if you guys are in it all,
don't start.
Just saying.
You guys already know I can't go because
I've got
I can't get out of work.
In the books in a matter of less than 2 weeks, and then I ain't crossing the bridge after that. We'll figure out.
I was talking to Jessica about that with the Jericho Cruise, and she's like, January? How can people go on a cruise in January? And it's like, well,
great time of the year.
We're not allowed to take that time off, but it's like, most people can take that time off.
Well, let your wife know it's out of Miami where it's like 85 in January. And we're going to Mexico on the cruise. So that's another 85, 90 degree temperature place. And so that is how people go on a cruise in January.
Hell yeah.
And she may actually listen. So she may actually.
That's true. She's a former guest on the show.
And a third-ranked teacher.
And she's a third-ranked teacher.
So
yes. Where that
number
bronze
4?
medal?
This guy.
Well, for now. Until Kenny Omega.
Because I was a substitute.
Oh, Kevin was a sub.
Kevin's substitute career.
And now Kenny Omega's going to teach English to Japanese kids. In his
Kevin,
time in Japan.
I have all the respect in the world for guest teachers. Don't get me wrong.
It's not what you said Friday.
You can't outrank me.
It's not what you said Friday.
I'm sorry. No, I do have all the.
No guest teachers outranking me.
No, they don't.
That's
like,
what you
well,
said.
the thing is, I don't take days off. Like my students even say that too. It's like, usually we have a sub by now. I'm like, I don't take days off. That's the thing. I never take a day off of work.
No days off.
No days off. I'm like the New England Patriots of teachers. I don't take the day off.
I hate
Fred
that
Rosser, too. Darren Young.
It's too much work to write sub plans.
Hate.
All right.
At that WrestlePod, right? Anything else, guys?
That WrestlePod at gmail.com. At that WrestlePod for socials. On TikTok, we posted a new TikTok today. For the first time in a while, Brian delivered on his Seth Rollins Big Red Boot Super Mario Brothers crossover that is on TikTok at that WrestlePod. In the first hour, Brian, we had 87 views.
That's
in
awesome.
one. So I don't know what it's at now. Oh, well, I'll look right now.
89.
Thank you, TikTokers.
I'm going to guess 90.
You somehow dance, Brian, in it.
Who, me?
288.
Whoa,
nice.
Outstanding.
In like 4 hours.
Look at that. Here we go.
I thought it was perfect. The perfect timing of the coin.
Yes, it was the stomp on Miz of the Goomba stomp, like boop, boop, you know.
What the fuck's happening?
If we hear
by the way, did you guys see Miz's half court shot that didn't count?
Yeah, celebrity. I watched the celebrity game. I watched the Rising Stars game. Jose Alvarado from the New Orleans Pelicans. I listened to him on the JJ Redick podcast this week, and he delivered. He's that Future Stars game. What he did is what they make movies about. It was so good. He was mic'd and was just running game, talking shit on people, hooping and winning, and did get the MVP. I haven't watched All-Star Saturday Night yet. I'll be doing that once we get done here.
But by the way, what Miz did, not that impressive because quite honestly, I did it twice in high school.
Yeah, but you haven't done it in front of like 20,000 people.
I did it twice.
Yeah,
half court shots twice.
He also took the jump ball. He started.
Next week on that
and that's better than my one career JV point in high school.
Yeah, buddy.
But I got dunked on by Brandon Short. So
that's me. Yes.
If you know who that is, you know who that is.
Next week on That Wrestling Podcast, will Jose Alvarado defeat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? Stay tuned for our preview. And
only if Zion's back off the IR.
Yes, we need Zion back.
Wow.
What a night, guys. Great night. Thank you guys for hopping on for the post Elimination Chamber podcast. We will be back with our regular show coming up on Friday morning.
You should be drunk every time. You're killing it.
You're beautiful killing it.
Kevin, we're both empty.
I'm empty too. Yeah, I'm out. I gotta get another beer. Enjoy wrestling, friends. Thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening. Follow That WrestlePod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube.
1, 2, 3, that's it!
Thanks for watching That Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And for more That Wrestling Podcast content, follow @ThatWrestlePod on social media.